By the early 1970s, the global financial system was hanging by a thread. The Bretton Woods Agreement, which had pegged the US dollar to gold at $35 an ounce, was under intense strain. Why? Over the decades, the United States printed more dollars than it had gold to back them. Other countries took notice, and they wanted their gold. Throughout the 1960s, nations like France and Switzerland demanded physical gold in exchange for their growing piles of US dollars. America's gold reserves drained rapidly. Confidence in the system wobbled. Then came August 15, 1971. President Richard Nixon appeared on national television and made an announcement that would redefine money. The United States was suspending the dollar's convertibility into gold. In simple terms, dollars were no longer tied to anything tangible. This became known as the Nixon shock, and it marked the end of the Bretton Woods system and the beginning of what we now call fiat money. Fiat comes from the Latin for "let it be done." In other words, money now worked because governments declared it so, not because it was backed by gold, silver, or any physical commodity. Critics called it dangerous. Supporters called it necessary. But without gold anchoring currencies, the world needed a new foundation for the global financial system. That foundation was oil. In the 1970s, the United States negotiated agreements with major oil-producing nations, especially Saudi Arabia, to price oil exclusively in US dollars. This became known as the petrodollar system. The logic was simple enough. If every country needed dollars to buy oil, the world's most critical resource, demand for dollars would stay high. That demand, in turn, supported the dollar's global dominance even without gold backing. The petrodollar system cemented the United States dollar as the world's reserve currency and U.S. treasuries as the world's reserve asset, used not just for oil, but for trade, finance, and international debt. But this new system wasn't without consequences. Untethered from gold, currencies became more volatile. Inflation surged in the 1970s. Oil price shocks rocked the global economy. Over time, new financial tools like floating exchange rates, central bank interventions, and complex monetary policies emerged to manage the system. And while the dollar remained king, cracks in the foundation never fully disappeared. In the next episode, we'll explore how debt, financialization, and decades of easy money reshaped the global economy and the hidden costs that came with it. From gold to oil, from hard money to government promises, the foundation of money has always evolved. But in an age of easy credit and growing debt, what happens when the foundation starts to crack? Hit subscribe and join us for the next episode, The Age of Debt, Financialization, and the End of Constraints.